All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha Kurash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Salutations to Allah, King, push his word with true sincerity and with charity. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, which taught me this truth. Salutations to you, bros, pushing his word. As always, I'm the brother Yediah from the great millstone branch here in Chicago, and I'm back at you with another lesson. It's going to be entitled, it's going to be a skillfully adding to one of the brothers out here in our camp, the brother Magan, beloved brother Magan. It's going to be entitled Cut to Free Will. He did a lesson recently on free will, and just going through my read or whatnot, and I came across a few extra precepts, and hey, Lord is edifying. Just Proverbs 16:9, it says, "A man's heart deviseth his way, but Yahweh directeth his steps." You see, and that's plain, man. It's a saying in the world. They say, if you want to make God laugh, tell him what you going to do. And ultimately, what does that go into? The omnipotency, the all-powerfulness of the Heavenly Father, the all-knowing of the Heavenly Father, you see? Because it is no such thing as, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. If that's the case, if you have so much power and control over your destiny, don't die. Stop yourself from dying. You see? This is Ecclesiastes 8:8. Matter of fact, I started at 5. Whosoever keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment. Because to every purpose there is a time and judgment, therefore the misery of man is great upon him. It says, for he knoweth not that which shall be, for who can tell him when it shall be? Exactly. You see, if you have free will, that means you know everything. You know what you're going to do. You're going to determine this, that, and that. But the scriptures just told you that, hey, you don't know what's going to happen. Why? Because you're not in control of your destiny. For he knoweth not that which shall be, for who can tell him when it shall be? There is no man that have power over the spirit to retain the spirit, neither have he power in the day of death, and there is no discharge in that war, neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it. Point being, you don't have any power to stay alive, basically, man. You cannot control yourself. It's like, let me rephrase that. You cannot dictate whether or not you live, you die, or going. It's like you cannot dictate whether you die, when you die, or how you're gonna die. It's all of the will of the Lord. Even for people that commit suicide, so to say. This is just a little sidebar. That was the will of the Lord. The Lord, that's how the Lord had it in His plan for you to pass on. The Lord said He declared the end from the beginning. From the ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand. You see, Sirach 18:1, he that liveth forever created all things in general. The Lord only is righteous, and there is none other but He. You see, who governeth, and I believe govern goes into control, rule the world with the palm of His hand, and all things obey His will. And it says His will. You see, it's only one will. It's not 8 billion wills on a planet Earth. It's not. Is one will, and that's the will of the Heavenly Father. It says, and all things obey His will, for He is the King of all, by His power dividing holy things among them from profane. You see, so the Lord is in control. Proverbs 19:21 in a Good News translation, people may plan all kinds of things, but the Lord's will is going to be done. And that's plain, man. And you may say, oh, all right, look, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna take a shower, I'm gonna go hit the gym, go run downtown. But really, that's what you think you're going to do. But hey, you wake up, boom, this happened. Now that's deterred. Now, instead of hitting the gym, you got to go handle this emergency, this situation. And you end up not doing none of that. Why? Because the will of the Lord said otherwise. It says in the book of Job, the Lord seals men's instruction while they sleep to deter man from his own way. John 23 in the KJV and 13. Job 23:13. It says, but he is in one mind, and who can turn him? And what his soul desireth, even that he doeth. And that's referring to the Heavenly Father. So the Lord does what He wants, and no one can deter Him. And He controls our lives as well. You see? So what the Lord wants to be done is going to be done. Job 23:13 in a Good News translation, He never changes. No one can oppose Him or stop Him from doing what He wants to do. Plain. Psalms 33:10, Yahweh bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. He maketh the devices of the people of none effect. The counsel of the Lord standeth forever, the thoughts of his heart to all generations. What the Lord wants is going to be done. Even with geopolitics and what's going on earth, that's all the will of the Lord. These nations getting ready for war, you go into the Holy Scriptures, the Lord is orchestrating all of that. It says the heart of the king is in the hand of the Lord. He tosseth and turneth it whithersoever he wants. You see? Proverbs 16:1 in GNT, we may make our plans, but God has the last word. You see? Proverbs 16:9 in the GNT, ye may make your plans, but God directs your actions. Jeremiah said the way of man, I believe it's Jeremiah 9:23, the way of man is not in himself to know his way, but Yahweh. Let me grab it really quick because I butchered it. I'm gonna grab it right here, see what it says. The GNT. Jeremiah 9:23, Yahweh says the wise should not boast of their wisdom. No, that's not the one. Way of man. Ten and 23. Listen, it's like, Lord, I know that none of us are in charge of our Jeremiah 10:23 in the GNT. Yahweh, I know that none of us are in charge of our own destiny. None of us have control over our own life. Control your people, Yahweh. Please do not be too hard on us or punish us when you're angry, that we will be the end of us. That will be the end of us. That's cold, man. 10 and 23 in the KJV, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. Plain. Proverbs 20:24 KJV, man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? You see, hey, look, the Lord is in control. It is no free will. Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson called Halayim La, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakha the ones to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Salutations to all that I can push the word to charity with charity. Shalom, Brakatham, Wa Baba Ball, Kwam Yashala. Shalom.